Bill. Thanks for coming in.
How's your day going?
Love it when they call me Big Pop. Let's go. Thanks for coming in. Oh, thanks for coming in, Amelia. If I remember correctly. The water's still murky. Gotta grab my set before I get out there farther. Drinking chocolate milkshake. Jealous. Jealous. Gotta get my scent out. It's really important for me. Sammy, however you pronounce it. Sammy Lou. Lou. Alright. Lou. Somewhat of a pain, I think, today, but we're gonna try. We need to go across the water probably where it's a little bit calmer. We're either gonna need to paddle up, float down, or just float down and paddle back up. I guess we can come over here and fish for a minute. Looks like it's check these comments real quick. Hey, what's up, Ballistic and Barnacles? Oh, that's a ditch. Anyone? Hello, hey John C. Thanks for coming in. How's everyone's day going? Hopefully well. Or night, I guess. Depends on where you're at. I can't wait for this water to clear back up. So murky. So that's why we're throwing a chatterbait. Get a little vibration in the water. It is somewhat windy out here, but it's not too bad right now. I get the part to my motor on Monday, hopefully. So hopefully we can get it fixed by mid next week. Get back out here with the motor, you know, to fight the wind, all that good stuff. I don't mind paddling, but man, it's so much nicer to have a motor you can just tool around on. Probably be able to get a few bass today at least. We'll see. There's some nice bass in here. I caught a 3-pounder off the live last time, and the live went down, and I caught a 3-pounder. What's your favorite? See you before you go. Let's see here. I see you before you got a truck. Huh. You guys have any questions for me or anything? It's actually a pretty nice day out here today. I wish the water was a little more clear, but it's not too bad. As long as the wind stays, you know, moderate, should be an alright day. Fishing this lake with a chatterbait. Water's pretty murky still, pretty stained. I got a chatterbait, and then I got a Tokyo rig with a black leech on it and the chartreuse tail. Give a little brightness to the bait, so the fish can see it a little better, hopefully. Chatterbait throws a lot of vibration in the water, so the bass should be able to pick it up with their lateral lines a little bit better than anything else. I would have a chartreuse one on, but I lost that sucker, so I had to buy another one. Where were they? The fish though. I live in the trees, just like they do in the water. Must not a storm over there. No, I didn't bring my rain jacket. Maybe I should go back and get it. That would stink if it started raining on me. I'm gonna have to go back and grab my rain jacket, just in case. Come on, now don't wrap around that. Oh, shoot. Let me float back down and grab my rain jacket, I guess. I hate to be out here having rain gear on. It'll have to be a pop-up shower. We're gonna go ahead and float back. I'm gonna hop out real quick and grab my rain jacket, my pants, my rain pants, just in case. Oh, that was a stick. My fish grabbed hold of it. You guys might be able to see them clouds behind me. They look a little nefarious. I don't know if it's coming this way or not. Feels like it's the front coming in. I almost feel the temperature dropping right now. It's coming over here. If need be, might have to hop off the live. Hopefully it's shifting that way, not over the top of me. I'll check your guys' comments here in a minute. I'm almost back to where I put in at. Like I said, I'm gonna hop out and grab my rain jacket and my rain pants. It almost looks like it's gonna shift down the water, not over the top of me, but we'll see. I don't see any lightning or nothing. Looks like a storm. I didn't think it was gonna rain today. Grab my rain gear and get back in the kayak, and then maybe I'll just sit right around the area just in case I need to hop back out for lightning. Almost back to where I put in at. Where is this person? Huh. Some guy walking down the road here. Got a big old gust of wind. I really think it's running parallel to the lake and not going to hit me, but it's about time to hop out. I should know it's over there. Okay. Looks like it's trying to rain. Yes, sir. We haven't had it rain in 4 months. That's crazy. Bushcraft. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? You can see that shirt from yeah. It's nice to have the shirt on when I'm in the rivers. People come flying around the corners and stuff. They can see me real quick. Let me try to hop out real quick. Maybe not again. I'm gonna hop out real quick, guys. I'll be back in like a minute. My vehicle's right over there, so if you don't mind, maybe send a message in here so people popping in will know I'll be back in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my rain jacket and we're gonna sit here for a few minutes, make sure the rain's not gonna, destroy the day. But let me hop out. Like I said, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. back. There's my. Always got my rain pants and my boots ready to go. Just gotta step into the boots and pull the pants up. Won't put the pants on right now, but if need be, we'll put them on quick, fast, and in a hurry. Jacket zipped up and my life jacket back on. We'll get back out there. At least we'll maybe hang out right here for a few minutes. Make sure the storm isn't gonna unload on. I don't mind if it rains, but don't get struck by lightning. Really not have my rods melt. Anyone ever been struck by lightning in the chat? Well, that guy's dock is floating away. I'll get my life jacket back on. We'll get back out there. It's always good to have some webbing or rope or something where you can get in and out however you want without it getting away from you. This is the best way. Like I said, I'll get my rain pants down there. It's just gotta put your feet in here and pull your rain pants up when you're ready to go. I'll put these in the back though. A lot of stores in this old town. 103. Thanks everyone for coming in. All right, let's get back. Well, you guys probably can see behind me. Oh, that's not behind me. No, this is behind me. So we're gonna sit here for a few minutes, I guess. It looks like it's moving away from me. So, we'll give it a few minutes. Anyway, if you have any questions, I can go over that real quick while I see what the storm's doing. So I'll show you what I'm using today anyway. So on this setup, I got a little Tokyo rig. You know, got the wire there and the little, I think it's a 3/16 of an ounce on there, and the water's really murky after all the rain we got last week, so I got this little leech on here, the bright chartreuse tail. So working that on the bottom. If the wind will let me. So like I said, my motor went down Sunday, but I got a part coming in on Monday. So once that gets in, I'll fix it all up and we'll be ready to get back out there with the motor. But for right now, we're just gonna paddle like usual, like the old days. And then I got a chatterbait on here, some yellow on there. This is probably the sexy minnow or whatever it's called. Sexy shad. Anyway, I always put a little dollop of shad chapstick on there. You can see that. It just stays on there pretty well. Can't hurt to throw it on there. I'm glad it's nice out today. Did you get there? Oh, we got some rain earlier, but if you don't mind checking the radar aerial to see if there's a storm coming on top of me, because there's some dark clouds behind me. Let me know before I go back out. Heather, hello, Heather Lanscrow. Like button before I came in. Appreciate that. Thank you, Heather. So, see if my friend Ariel will let me know what the rain's doing in the area real quick. So we're heading back out there. It looks fine, I think. So like this bluebird sky over here. There's a line back here. Down there it's pretty clear. So Hopefully it just rain on us for a few minutes and be done, move out. Big thumbs up, yes sir. Are hook boots any good? To be honest with you, I'm not really sold on them. I mean, they're okay. I mean, they're deck boots. I mean, the best part about these boots is the design on the bottom. It's like super sticky. You know, it's the best way I can describe it. So anytime I, back my kayak down the ramp, and I, sometimes I'll just back my truck down, and I'll get out and I'll put my kayak bow onto the truck bed, get behind it, or I'll just get up inside my truck and I'll grab the handle, and these boots help me to stick, and not go sliding down my truck bed as I'm, pulling up onto the truck bed. So they're good for non-slip. They say they're 100% waterproof, but I don't know if my feet sweat or water is permeating through the boot. So that's something to take into mind. But what's up, country carpenters coming in? Not yet. Right. I did go grab my rain jacket. We just started like half hour ago. Yeah, they do have good grip. I mean, as long as you're not going to submerge them, they're pretty waterproof. They like I said, they said 100% waterproof, but so I don't know if my feet sweat or what, or like I wouldn't stand in the water for too long. It may permeate through or something. They're not very tall, like they're ankle boots, so right here will leak. But so long as and they're good for just getting into the water and getting into the kayak. But I got all kinds of boots. I got knee-high boots, in the water's a little bit deeper or something if I'm trying to get to an area. But I think, well, I can't tell if it's thunder or not. But thunder. I don't want to get thunderstruck. Bass Assassin. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for everyone for coming in. So, I mean, if I were to buy another pair of deck boots, I probably would go with another brand just to see if they're any better. But so it's definitely handy, when I'm trying to, my truck bed's at an angle, and my feet are wet. I'm trying to pull my kayak onto the truck bed. I don't go slipping down the truck bed. But how much? What, the boots or the kayak, or any of my gear for that matter? Huh. Here goes another barrel down the. I don't know where these barrels are coming from. Last time I was here, a big old 55-gallon drum, a black one, came floating down the water. Now there's a blue one right there floating down. We're like paid actors. Alright guys, I'm just trying to kill some time before we get back on the water. I hate to get out there and have to get right back off to the lightning or something, but I hope you all understand. But yeah, Rainer, what you're asking is how much. The kayak, when they first came out, they were $2,500. Now they're like $3,500 for this model. This model comes with a motor built just for the kayak. It goes right here and it drops in. You can pull it back up out of the water and it'll stay up. So these boots are like $100 or something, not on sale. So if they're on sale, you can get them a little bit cheaper. But most of my rods and reels are like the $100 range, $150 or so. Usually I buy them on sale though, so. But, I said I don't mind a little rain. I don't like, you don't be out with lightning striking. We'll get a few more minutes and we'll head back out. What's up, brother? How's your day going, Derek? How's everyone's day going? There goes an airplane. I'm just killing time. Alright, just like a group of clouds right there. Once that moves out, we'll be fine. You definitely feel the temperature dropping. It's working. Wish I was fishing. Yes, sir. You have any plans to fish this weekend or anything? Any big plans? Alright, tell you what, let's go back out there. And then if you see anything, you guys see anything, let me know. I'll get my butt back over the water. I guess we can float down to that pipe down there. If it really starts to rain, we can pop in there, I guess. Phone went a little sideways here. Let's get it back on. Like I said, we're just tossing around a chatterbait today. There's some thunder. Some thunder. I'm just killing time. Let's go and go down this way, I guess. I need to designate a weather watcher for my channel. Or something. Come on now. There it goes. Those clouds look ominous. What's the tornado drop out of it or something? Stuck on a stick. That's kind of scared. I don't know, it looks really crazy. Rotating, so I guess it's all right. I think it'll be okay. nervous yet. Where'd you catch your biggest bass at? Oh, during a tornado. I get stuck over here on these trees. We have to watch the storm come in to leave. There'll be some rain right down there. Saw lightning. I'm getting out of here. Alright, time to go back to the truck. Saw some lightning. Let's get the heck out of here. Wait for the storm to pass and I'll come back out. I am not going to stay on the water. There's lightning. Dum-dum. Stay on the water. Get struck by lightning. Let's go right over here and get out of there. Guys. All right, that'll be good for now. Alright, we're getting off the water right now, guys. I saw some lightning, so we're gonna get off the water. Put a slider back in. Hey, welcome in, Chaos. Put this up a little bit higher. At it again, yes sir. You gotta stop. You gotta stop fishing for a few minutes. The storm came in, so you gotta get back out. Looks like the sun might. Hopefully the sun comes back out. We got here, the sun was out, and the storm rolled in. So put my rudder back down. Nothing else, gotta have my rain pants on so my seat, because I don't soak through my seat and get my butt all wet. If I didn't have my rain pants, I wouldn't be able to fish. Will Acre Pond, just a local small lake. It's kind of like a river because it's real long and narrow, but fish on. I wish. Hopefully soon enough I'll have a fish on. We're gonna get off this bank. There we go. And I'm not sure what way I want to go down. Or go this way or go that way. Let's go down this way, I guess. We were going down this way before when the storm came in, so we'll just go back down this way, I guess. There really is no wind, thankfully, right now, so hopefully it stays that way. Can you say we're all one, no matter your race? I mean, no matter what, we're all a human race. You know, we're all humans, so everyone should be treated with respect and kindness. Get back down here and start fishing some more. I had quite a bit of people watching before the storm came in, so, but can't control Mother Nature. So. We'll get back down here where we were at before the storm came in, and like I said, start fishing. If you see any rocks, I'll have to fish those. I love fishing the riprap and rocks. I think there's some over here, actually. Tell you what, let's go across the lake. Like I said, this lake is real narrow, or pretty much. It's like a river, essentially. Like it's not very wide, but it's long. I mean, if I didn't tell you I was on a lake, you guys probably thought I was on a river. There's some docks over here and some rocks. So we're gonna fish over here. The sun's gonna come out now. That's awesome. That was a bite, I think. Let's see. You go fishing? Awesome. That's great. Hey Dale, thanks for coming in. Yep, fishing's fun for sure. How's your day going, Tucker? Probably should take advantage and go up this way. That way, if the wind does pick up again, we'll have to fight it. It'll push us back where we started. Somewhere over here, I caught a 5-pounder over the summer. I think it was right here, actually. I remember some rocks. But I don't remember. We'll go this chatterbait for a while, and can't get anything. We'll work with the Tokyo rig. Actually, I may pick it up right now so I can fish all these rocks. Oh no, Chris. I hate doing that. What's your favorite fishing lure? I guess really just depends. I really like throwing a swim bait, or I like throwing a jig around. If I'm fishing for smallmouth on the rivers, I like throwing a little Helgramite plastic bait. That's always fun. I guess since we're over here, I might as well throw. I'm logging off till you get one. Oh, not logging off. I was about to say, you're logging off. How you gonna know I caught one? But yeah. I think I have a good chance of catching one right here, so I don't want to touch this person's dock. Try to be respectful. It's so murky right here. All these rocks right here. Really hard to pick what side to fish on. Both sides have a lot of docks on them and good looking banks and cover. Here comes the sun. I have to peel off this life jacket or this rain jacket. Let's keep on trucking. I'm gonna go back across the water again, just because I feel like the sun hits more over there than it hits over here. So I think the water temperature is probably a touch warmer over there. That can make the difference for the day too. The water temperature is a little bit warmer over there. And all these trees shade the water when the sun's up. Of course, we'll go back over here. No, just a kayak. Just a kayak, no boat. Oh, water's pumping out over there. I should go over there and fish. Once we get across from it, we'll go back over there. The water's pumping out hard over there. Must be pumping out from a nearby field or something, or pumping in anyway. Got at least one bass stacked up over there, waiting for something to come through that. Come through. I like them both. I mostly use bait casters, but I do enjoy using a spinning reel too. So they're spinning setup, especially if I'm in the river. I'm using some kind of finesse tactic. I like using spinning rod. I like letting that drag, work. That's fun to set your drag a little loose, hook into a nice fish. When I go down the river this summer, I'll be using most of the time I'm using my spinning rod down there. The little creature bait, little hellgrammite. Let that float around the river and catch smallmouth. It's starting to get warm now. All right, I'm gonna go back across the lake again. That way I can run into all that water pumping in over there from the outside source. I don't know. It might be coming from a field or something. I don't know. I like them too. Outstanding. Looks like someone's barbecuing. Making me hungry. If I get down, I'll turn the camera around. You guys can see what I'm going to be fishing. All this water flowing into the lake. And I don't want to say for sure I'm going to catch any over here, but I feel like there's got to be something, you know, setting up over here. I don't know if this is flowing like this because of all the rain we just got out here, or if it's been like that for days. I know it can't hurt to have the water flowing in like that. I just hate that the water's so muddied up. Plus it makes fishing a little harder. Be a full moon Saturday. I went for all the cold rain. I'd venture to guess in the cold nights we had recently, I'd venture to guess they'd be on the bed, but the water's still in the 50s. But it's gonna be warm the next few days and for the foreseeable future. Not that I could bed fish, sight fish anyway, it's so murky. Let me turn the camera around real quick for you guys. Take a look at what I'll be fishing. Fish on. Nice fish. Another one scared away, but this is a nice bass. Right, let's go. Well, it's not too nice, but it's a good one. I think I scared another one out of here too. There's one on the chatter. Here we go. A little butterball, a little chunk. A little chunky bass. Look at that little belly on him. I'll show you the belly off. Alright, let's get back out there. See how many other ones are stacked up in here. Let's turn the camera back around. Like I said, after that one bit, there was another one I saw fly out from underneath here. Or I have to work this area pretty fierce, pretty I'm just working these trees over here next to me real quick before I go back in there. Just in case they make a hide up these branches. Alright. Go and pitch to the side of this and see if there's anything hanging off the side. Trying to jig this chatterbait up in here. You expect them to be on the edge of this, waiting for something to float by. Had to hit this spot on the way back too. There's probably a multitude of species in here, right here in this area, just because of the current flowing through. Like I said, I hooked into that first one. Another one shot out. Stick. There's probably all kinds of stuff on the bottom right here that's been flowing through. How's your fishing? Oh, pretty good. Not too bad, can't complain. Just caught one. Pails all get out. Alright, let's throw this leech up in there, see what happens. How big is the lake? I'm not sure. Had to look into it. But I was saying before, the lake's not very wide, but it is long. Yep. I mean, if I didn't tell you it was a lake, you would have thought it was a river. It looks just like a river. The snakes through all this area for a good long while. Not too long though. You can probably fish the whole length of it in a day. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna sit here. So I caught one over here, and another one, like I said, when I was fighting the first one, one popped out. I saw it fly through the current, but work around the edges too. We'll definitely come back to this area. I just had a top water to make some racket on top of the water through here. Alright. Snagged up. Oh, darn it. Alright, let's go. Figured I can get snagged up eventually. Hope it's not too deep right here. Not deep at all. Nice. They're right up next to us now. So you know a fish is going to sit in the slack water waiting for something to float by. So I don't know if this has been like this all day or it's running through here because of all the rain we just got. If it just started happening from the rain earlier today, then I mean, the fish may not have loaded up on it yet. We'll come back later on and try. For sure. Don't want to waste my time sitting here all day though, trying to catch a fish. We already caught one, so. Snagged up on this tree. I guess that wasn't snagged. I guess that wasn't a fish. Barely been on there, I guess. Anyway, let's go ahead and let the current push us out farther and we'll keep casting up in there. Spin reverse, Terry. Like I say, we'll come back to the spot later on, but for right now, we're gonna keep moving down the water. It's funny, I don't know what that bass bit because it was right by all the current, or if it's just because it was up in the trees. Like I said, I don't know if this has been flowing like this for days, or if it's just because it rains, it's flowing through like this. But it's an awful lot of water coming through here. So. This is hard to move on from it because I know there's got to be more fish hanging about. Maybe the water's a bit clear. Maybe they'd be able to see my bait better. They could be watching the bottom too, I guess. waiting for bugs and critters to come through. Alright, a couple more casts and we'll keep on moving down. Just one. Just got one so far. Like I said, the storm just came through right after I got on the water earlier. Rained quite a bit. The water's awful murky still and a little bit cooler. I keep going back and forth between the two sides of the water, but I was staying over there just because the sun's sitting over there a lot more than over here. So we may go back over there once again, but just because the sun's beating down over there, so I figure, you know, that water over there is maybe a little bit warmer near the bank. Maybe a little more active over there, who knows? Find out anyway. And there's also some nice docks over there too. They may be relating to. We'll see. Yes, so Nathaniel. Just come back in fishing, bro. Or pro. How's my day going? Oh, pretty good. Can't complain. How's your day going? Nice to be here. Thank you. We're growing it for over a year now. Probably shave it off soon though. We'll see. Haven't got myself to do it yet, but sometime soon probably. Before it gets too hot outside. It wasn't too bad last summer. It was pretty short still. But it's gonna be pretty warm if I keep it this year. Oh yeah, I've seen a golden dorado. I mean, I've seen a golden dorado on fishing shows. I never caught one myself or nothing, but yeah, they're pretty cool looking. They get pretty big too, from what I've seen. One day maybe I can go catch a golden dorado or something. Oh yeah, I guarantee you I love to fish for them. I always like catching new species. And I love catching largemouth bass, but I like catching new species, especially ones that look cool, like peacock bass. Let's go ahead and put my battery pack on real quick before my phone dies. We're charging. We were charging. That's why I took them out. All right, now we're charging. Nice and close. I guess when we're done for the day, we'll go down the opposite side and float down with the current. Always find it best to paddle the motor up against the current. That way when you're done or something happens, you can just float back. Especially if like your motor gives out on it or something, you can float back with the wind and the current. Usually I got a motor on here, but I gotta order a new part for it, so hopefully it'll be all fixed up and ready to go by midweek next week. That's the plan anyway. Like up around this bend here might be all wind, so it might get pushed back. Hopefully not though. Been on here for what, 2 hours now? Alright, get right back to the bank. Keep us out of the wind. cast, paddle, paddle. Basically what we're doing. Alrighty. Keep on plugging. Keep on plugging away. Up around the bend. Yeah, I sure would have thought somebody else would have bit this by now. I think I feel like I should switch baits, but I know this will bait will work. Looks nice out now. Oh yeah, pretty much all, well, I guess there's some of the clouds out here look a little bit, suspicious, but for the most part it's nice. But now if it starts to rain again, I'm definitely just gonna leave. I'm not gonna wait it out again. Been on it for 2.5 hours, so we're gonna fish for as long as the weather holds. We'll keep fishing. So, I mean, even though they're not catching the fire out of them or nothing, still out here casting and chucking and winding. That's it. It really comes down to the wind. As long as the wind's not, gusting against me or whatever. I won't have my motor back until next week, so have to just roll the dice, fight the wind if you have to, every day up until then. It's supposed to be really windy Sunday, so I may not be on here Sunday, but I'm going to try. What fish are you fishing for? I am fishing for a bass, a largemouth bass. So, we caught one earlier. I noticed another one kind of came after it, but same area. Maybe on the way back we'll throw a different bait. Looks like it's pretty windy up there, so I don't know. Might have to do some bank fishing Sunday maybe. Being so windy. I mean, it was windy yesterday too, that's why I wasn't on here. But I do miss my motor, that's for sure. But like I said, I'll have that back next week hopefully. The part shipped yesterday, so it's supposed to be here Monday. And I gotta fix it, so depending on what time it gets here on Monday, but I guess we'll determine when I fix it, Tuesday or Monday. But heck, I'd like for it to come sooner, but I don't think that's an option. So apparently there's all kinds of flooding and all kinds of, you know, winter storms. So it may delay it a little bit more than it coming early. I should have emailed them a day sooner, but I didn't. I was trying to figure out the best way to email them, but here's what it is. This looks like there might be some rain off in the distance, but whether that comes over here and rains on me or not, I don't know. But I know it looks, I know behind me it looks, you know, nice, but in front of me there's, off in the distance might be some rain clouds, but whether that's gonna, like I say, whether that's gonna affect me or not, I don't know. But if it starts getting closer to me, I'll turn around and head back to where I put in at. Keep an eye on the sky. The sun goes away, we may have to turn back around because there's clouds over there and clouds up there. Look like storm clouds. Looks like it's pretty windy up here too, so we can't. Let's see where we're at. 3 hours is what? 180 minutes. Maybe a 3-hour mark. I'll turn back around it, if not before. We'll see. The wind's pretty much blowing towards the bank, so it's not going to push us down the water away from where we're fishing at. So that's good. Hey, thanks for coming in. What's your PB? My PB bass is 8 pounds. It looks like the clouds are coming this way. The sun's getting ready to get covered up, I think. The sun goes away, we're going to turn around, head back. That means these storm clouds are rolling in on me. So, maybe we'll catch a nice one. If there's a storm coming in. Can I get a shout out? David Sloman, thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate that. David Sloman. I don't want to be, stupid, and so to stay on the water. It might just cloud up. I don't think it's going to storm again. It might though. It don't look too bad right over here, but over there might be some storm clouds. Oh yeah, you can. That sun's gone away now. It feels like it's about 5-10 degrees cooler. I really had to fish that one spot again before I head out. All that water was flowing in at. Let me go ahead and zip my rain jacket back up just in case. Can't get my beard caught in my zipper. That'd be terrible. The Canadian Air Force, all talk. What's biting today? I got one bass to bite, and it was pale as all get out. So I think a lot of these bass are coming up deep. They're coming up from the deep water. They're all pale. The water's got a little bit chillier. Little pipe right here, bringing the water in. I think I heard a rooster a second ago. Crazy rooster. I think it'll be okay. I don't think it's going to rain on us. It might. Who knows? But off that way, it looks kind of stormy. Over here, it looks fine, I guess. Actually, I think right over there's where I caught that 5-pounder last summer. I recognize those rocks on that dock over there. It was like middle of summer, so it wasn't like it was just a healthy bass. It wasn't super fat or nothing. Oh, nice! Congratulations. I'm using a chatterbait. Just a little Z-Man chatterbait, probably 3/8 ounce, half ounce, but I'm not sure what the size is. But just like a sexy shad color, little trailer on the back of it. Let's go up here. And his wind wasn't blowing up against the bank. I'd be heading back right now, but just pushing me against the bank. It's not a problem to fight it. But definitely, I want to at least go up this way. That way we can come back down along those rocks later on. But then again, may not be able to. I mean, the wind's pushing, directly across the water here. I'm just fishing at just a small lake nearby here. It pretty much looks like a river, but it's a lake. No big name lake, just a small local lake. Some big bass in here, but it's not real good conditions today, but we're gonna try anyway. We caught one, a decent sized one, maybe 2 pounds. Had a little belly on him. He's probably just sitting there waiting for all that bait to come through that pipe. I think we may just fish down to this bend here because it does start to hook around. And so it's liable probably to push us into that corner there, and then we try to go any farther, it's just going to keep pushing us back, I would imagine. I got a tournament at Logan Martin Saturday, Alabama. Nice. Good luck to you. Hope you win it or place high. Got lots of bass on a chartreuse Strike King crank. Yeah, I used to, well, I don't have any more. I lost my last one last year, but I used to love throwing the Strike King, the square bill one, chartreuse sexy shad. Caught some hogs on that one. Probably should buy some more, but I don't remember if it was a 1.5 size or what it was. I think it was a 1.5 square bill, the 1.5 series, whatever it's called. And the chartreuse sexy shad Strike King makes. What I do too, if I get a new crankbait in, I'll take off the stock hooks and put on Mustad double short shank, you know, one of those ones with the big old wide gap looking treble on them. Because with a short shank like that, you can upsize your hook to one size so they still don't entangle. I lost mine. Mark's got 2 more. Yeah, I need to probably restock a lot of things, probably. Crankbaits and spinner baits. Got plenty of plastic. Plenty of line, hooks, weights. I need to get some more. I should have bought more lipless crankbaits for the spring. I didn't. Shame on me. Here in a minute. Do my best to avoid people's docks. Yeah, once I get my motor back into play, I want to get it fixed next week. My plan was to, before it went down, was to motor up the whole lake and float back down. But I'll do that maybe next week sometime on a nice day where I got all day to do it. I'm not gonna worry about rain or nothing. So that might be a long live. Yeah, it might be, 5-6 hour live or something. Maybe start around 2 o'clock or something, end around 7. We'll see. Or maybe 1:30 to 7:30 or something, do like a 6 hour live or something. We'll see. I think my longest live was about 7 hours. But I started real early that day. What are you watching? Hey Summer, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, Summer. Appreciate you guys coming in and watching. It's a little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be today, but if it wasn't for the lightning, I may have caught a couple with the storm coming in, but I decided to get off the water earlier for 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was. There's some lightning in the sky. Hopefully the storms stay away right now. Looks like there might be some storms right here in front of me, but off in the distance. The sun's gone away, but those clouds look harmless. The ones in front of me don't look like it might be raining right there. But I don't know. I think the storms usually shift this way, so it won't come down this way. It'll go off in the distance, I think. So it should be all right. It's the only reason why I want to have my motor back ASAP, because if it does start to rain on me or storm, I can, turn the motor on and, get back out of the water quicker. But like I said, it'll be back in action. Hopefully by next Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when I can get it fixed. But the part's supposed to be here Monday, as long as it's not delayed. I wish it'd come a little bit sooner, but I'm just glad it's coming at all. Yeah, like I said, we'll fish all the way down to that dock I can see in the distance, because up here kind of bends around up there, and the wind's blowing against this bank, so it'll probably push me up against that bank. I'll have to fight the wind to get up any farther. We'll hear a funny thing. I was walking around the city yesterday, and I was using my GPS or whatever to get to where I was going, and I was going up, to what's supposed to be the corner, where the two streets meet. Instead of calling it a corner, I called it a point. So I was like, that. If I get to that point up there, I have to make a right, and then like I was fishing on a lake or something. Instead of calling it a corner, I called it a point. If that was the water, I would have caught a bass off that corner. I'm surprised no more bass were clobbering this chatterbait. That's going to be the plan, I think. It does look like it's a little more calm over there too, so we'll figure it out more when we get up there. I think this is about the farthest I've ever gone on this lake. I caught a 5-pounder over there last year. I think over there. Caught a 5-pounder over the last summer. Some guy told me him and his buddy caught a 6 and 7 out of here a couple days ago. So it's probably like an 8, 9, 10 pounder in here somewhere, I bet. I don't know. I've heard stories of big old bass being pulled out of here. There's a lot of good little lakes around here that house big old bass. So I feel pretty lucky to be around those lakes. I thought about fishing the other lake I was going to today as well, but the wind's not bad, so I'll go there tomorrow or something, I guess, weather willing. I'm back. I'm glad you're back in here. Thank you. Thanks for coming back. I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to be paying attention one of these times. I'm going to be reeling it in. I'm just going to get hammered by a bass. I'm going to have no idea what I was doing when I caught it. you guys have any questions, go ahead and just, put them down in the chat down below here, and I'll answer them as I can. It does look like it's raining off in the distance over there, but otherwise it looks fine everywhere else. I don't mind a little rain. Well, I don't mind the rain, but my phone might. My lens on here might be harder to see me if it was raining on the lens. So we're on for 2.5 hours now. Favorite lure? How long do you fish for? It just depends on the it just depends on the day, the temperature, the wind, how well the fish are biting. But on here I like to, I'll fish from like 2.5 to 3.5 hours or something like that. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but my favorite lure is probably a swim bait. I like throwing a swim bait. I feel like it matches the hatch, matches what they're feeding on. I've caught some real small bass on the swim bait, and I've caught big bass on the swim bait. It pretty much covers a lot of it, but I always like throwing a jig and pig or something on the bottom. And then if I'm fishing in the river, my favorite bait is a hellgrammite. If I'm fishing the rivers, trying to catch smallmouth, I'll throw in a hellgrammite creature bait or a hellgrammite bait. It's just like a larvae looking thing that you can find in all the rivers across the country. They grow up into the Dobson fly. You got like big old pinchers on them too. On their mandible, I guess, their mouth. Keep on paddling. Well, if the wind does die down up here, I'll have a choice to make, I guess. I'll keep going or turn around, flip back. It's not like we're hammering today or nothing. Hey buddy, thanks for coming in. How's your day going? lucky. It was ran into the tree. No backlash. Don't know how I got. Ooh, excuse me. Great, thanks, but I'm in an office at a desk. I'm a little jealous. I'm sorry to hear that. You get off work soon, I guess, huh? You know, hopefully not. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's thunder. Alright, time to turn around. About down to batten down the hatches, probably. Well, maybe not. Looks like it's raining a little bit right here. Huh. I don't know why. It's not raining too hard though. Definitely raining though. Put the old hood up, I guess. Well, I guess we ought to turn around, I guess. Maybe we can get out of the rain if we go the other way. Pull my rain pans up a little bit. Stand up real quick. Pull my rain jacket down. It's not raining that bad though. Seat folded up on me. Hi sub, thanks David. I really appreciate that. If you was a fish, which one? I don't know. I guess I like to be a fish out in the ocean. Have all that room to see, hang out. We'll go back this way. I guess the time it's raining on me. Looks like some storm clouds back there. What kind of fish would you be? A mako shark. Or Goliath grouper. Great white. Oh, good choice. Good choice. I'll be on here until it gets, if it rains too hard, I guess. We're gonna go back the other way. Just one. Yeah, just one bass. Darn beard gets in the way. There we go. It's definitely raining now. We'll just keep plugging away. If it starts to rain too hard, then we'll get off here. Do you hunt? No, I don't hunt at all. I probably could. There's some big bucks around here, but I don't usually hunt. busy fishing. Too busy fishing. I got a lot of buddies that deer hunt and duck hunt though, and goose hunt. I don't do any of that. I do like deer meat though, so I mean I could probably, you know, deer hunt for a day or something, get some venison or whatever, but hunting for fish, yes sir. Hunting down those finned creatures. You guys see all the rain behind me, I guess. Don't look too bad in front of me though, but you guys keep an eye on the sky for me. Make sure there's no lightning behind me. I'll have to hightail it out of here. Caught 20 crappie yesterday. Nice. Did you have a nice fish fry, or did you throw them all back? I threw them back, fair enough. I caught a couple nice crappie last week on a chatterbait. I threw them back. Even caught a warmouth on my, well, not the chatterbait, but I caught a warmouth on my little leech plastic bait. That was pretty cool. That was a nice surprise. I don't catch those very often. Caught the 20. Oh, I'm David, daughter 2, and I'm only. Oh, okay. Nice, good job. Yeah, I'll probably live stream tomorrow about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock here in the Central Standard Time in the Midwest. I usually live stream about every day, just depends on the weather. Scott was fishing, or Pescar's fish, I believe. Bet they're good. Actually, I like when it's windy, but really what it is, you know, the water temperature's gone down. You know, the water got a little murky. You know, almost like a chocolate milk type of color to it, and yeah, the front came in, and I don't know. I do like the wind though. I mean, I caught a lot of nice fish with the wind. I think the water clarity and the water temperature is playing a big part. If it was a little more clear, maybe hammer it a little bit better. But like I said, the water wasn't like 60 degrees. Then we got all that rain and then it plummeted down. And you got a couple freeze mornings, so that made the temperature drop in the water pretty drastically. So, but we have a warming trend, and full moon Saturday, so we'll see what they do. I remember one time I was fishing this pond, and this guy was like, he's like, when the wind blows out of the east, the fish bite the least. And that's about that time I threw my spinnerbait out in the middle of the water and caught my first 5-pound bass. So you never know. But I like fishing the wind. I like fishing the wind-blown bank the most. Any fish? I had to feed my 2 boys. Just one bass. Just one bass. Might be able to catch another one off that exact same spot where the water's pumping in at, but as long as it's not storming real bad when I get over there, I'll probably fish that spot thoroughly again. Try to pull one off of there again. Just maybe some more bass have loaded back up on that spot. Let's see. All right, man. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you next time, David. You have a good day. I get right by the bank so we can toss down the bank here. Hopefully our perseverance will pay off. We'll end up, you know, hooking to a 4 or 5 pounder or something out here. At least a 3 pounder. Just my luck. The last live I did, I lost connection. My live stopped, and then I caught like a 3 pounder off the rocks. So that's gonna happen, I guess. The Canadian Air Force, somebody said. There they go. May fly behind me, I don't know. Sounds like they're behind me. Looks like it went farther down than than what I was expecting. Oh, them rain clouds just stay behind me the whole time. I think they may be moving off to the east. east. I think that's east. As long as it goes away from me, I don't really care what direction it goes. Just don't go over, just don't go over the top of me. I think the sun's poking out behind me. I think I might see a rainbow. That'd be cool. Hello, I'm going fishing. All right, Dan, good luck. Thanks for coming in. How long have we been on here for? Okay, almost 3 hours. It's a pretty good day, pretty good live. So I caught one pale bass, probably came up from the deep. I don't know where the water's coming in from, but there's a spot where it's just gushing into the lake. So, Francisco, I'm from Colombia. Good luck for you. Thank you, Francisco. Appreciate that. Going fishing for Murray. Oh, nice. Talking about the eels. I remember I got a rod snag. Come on off there. Come on off there. Wind's picking up now, but it's at our backs, so it's gonna push it right down the water here. It's fine with me. We can, if I can pull one more out of the water for you guys. It's nothing out of the real possibility. Here comes, we got some raindrops and sun. I might see a rainbow. if we'll see one or not, but there's a good chance we'll see one when the sun comes out. That'd be cool. From Australia, I guess, huh? There's a place in Florida that has barramundi in it. You gotta pay to fish there, I think. My favorite fish, I like smallmouth bass a lot. I'll be fishing for those. I like smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, and peacock bass. So, my peacock bass, I can only catch those in southern Florida, so I can fish from them maybe once a year, if that. Use them in Florida in the winter, and they're a species that like real warm water, so it's a little harder to catch them, but not on the realm of possibility though. But I'll be fishing for smallmouth bass this summer, so I'm gonna try to fish there. Weather permitting, I'll go down there once a week or something to fish for smallmouth. But if it rains too much, the river gets up, I won't be able to go down there. You just gotta tune into the gauge. Rolled down, hit my phone. Let's go. Oh, nice. A 48. Shoot. Is that big for a barramundi? I'm not even sure. Must be. Right. We're gonna have to paddle around this. Oops. Paddle around this tree here. Yeah, I guess all the rain shifted off that way. So I'm off to the east. Usually the rain comes in from the west, goes east. So I guess I can take my hood off now. I think the rain stopped. It's a little warmer with my hood on, I guess. What a day. Sun, rain. Sun, rain. Got here with sun, then it started storming, then the sun came back out, then the rain came out, now the came over, and then the sun's back out. So it looks bad back there behind me, but I think it's shifting off to off that direction away from me, so I'm not too worried about it. But we're not, we'll let the wind push us back, and then we're gonna probably hop out. So. But I'm on. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm usually on here every day, about 3 o'clock or so. Maybe sometimes earlier, sometimes later, but usually 3 o'clock Central Standard Time in the Midwest. So you just got to adjust it to your time zone or wherever you're at in the world. If you want to come back in and tune in for another live, which is much appreciated. Precedence rules. Thanks, Chaos. That's awful nice of you to say. Doyle rules. Was that on Billy Madison or something? Or oh, thank you. I enjoy having you in here, Chaos. I appreciate it. Oh, dang, nice. Good job, Dan. Congratulations. I watched a video the other day of a father and the son, and the father was teaching him how to fly fish for trout. His first fish he caught was a tiger trout, which is apparently a cross between a brown trout and a brook trout, I think. Probably it's supposed to be pretty rare, I guess. And the kid caught it, you know, his first fish on a fly rod was a tiger trout. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I guess that spot where I caught the first bass is coming up. So we're gonna definitely stop here if we can. Try to get stuck on this tree branch in the water. So that way we can work this spot a little bit before we head down the rest of the way. I need to pay attention to where I'm at so I can cross back over. The only reason why I caught that bass is because it was sitting off in the column of water, and all that turbulent water shooting in from wherever it's shooting in from, is bringing in a bunch of probably bugs and stuff. And just waiting for something to roll by and just looking lunch on it. Have to be in my chatterbait, so try to make some longer casts. Maybe pulling off before I get up to it. Let's see. Try to guide myself up in there. Rudder. Oh man, that felt like a darn fish. There's all loosey-goosey now. These trees. Back here, I guess, a few times. Anyway. Won't be here for too long, just enough to really work this area again. I don't know if enough time went by to the spot to load back up with fish or not. It looks really bad behind me, but it's going off that direction, I believe. It's not going to come over here. Alright, one more cast. Kind of let it just leisurely come through. Those are dark clouds. Yeah, they are, Darren, but it's going the opposite direction. It's not coming over here. Oh, there's a rainbow back there, though. You guys probably can't see it. That's pretty. It's dark, but it's faint. There's a rainbow right here behind the screen. I guess I knocked the phone. Hang on. There we go. I guess if that rainbow comes out a little bit better, I'll have to show you guys on the camera, but there's definitely a rainbow back there. But we're gonna keep plugging away until we can find out where we put in at, and we'll get out, I guess. Actually, I think it's right over there. So, what time is it? 180 minutes, 3 hours, 3.5 hours is, what was that, 210 minutes? You might be able to get to 3.5 hours today. I think I snagged him onto something. It's not a fish, unfortunately. There's a rainbow right there. Oh, you guys probably can't see that. If I can get my lure off real quick here, I can turn the camera around. Okay. Turn it around, you guys. You should be able to see right here behind me. Right over there. There it is, right there. You guys see the rainbow right here behind me? Right there. That's pretty cool. You guys get a good look at it before I get back out. Okay, let me turn the camera around. As I'm turning it around, you guys should be able to see it pretty good. I'll go real slow. Okay. Try to get into the view here. Should be coming up. There it is. Should be right. And it must be, there it is. It's kind of faint, but you guys can see it right here in front of me. All right, should be enough time, you guys take a good gander at it. If it comes any more brighter over time, I'll show you guys again, but it's not that bright right now. It's just faint. Wrong lure. Let's grab the other rod. When I turn the camera back around, I'm gonna show you guys want to look at my ugly mug or look at the water. I really appreciate everybody coming in today, especially the ones that have hung in there all 3 hours, especially when the rain hit. Kept the live going. All in all, it's a pretty good day out in the water. The rainbow's gone now. Stinks. Well, we saw a little bit of it anyway. We may float down a little bit past where I put in at. Have to fight the current a little bit, but it won't be that bad. because the wind's so strong. I don't want to have to paddle up against it. We're not catching much, so caught one. It looks like maybe some rain clouds right there too, so those rain clouds are liable to come over here on top of me again. So as much as I want to keep fishing, we're gonna just fish right here up to this couple more docks and probably head back over to where I put in at. Might be a groundhog over there on the bank. Something. I saw a muskrat when I got in earlier. What are you going for? Largemouth bass. Oh dang. Yeah, usually here the water will freeze over for, you know, for a week or two or something, or maybe a little bit longer than that, but the winters don't get too bad anymore. Not bad enough for it to freeze over for a long time. It just, you know, when it does get cold around here, I'll fish for rainbow trout. The water will freeze, you know, for a week or two or something, then it'll fall back out. Alright, couple more casts, folks, and we'll head back over to the opposite side. That was a great cast. No fish though, but that was a great cast. Alright. Last cast bass. At least for now. Maybe a couple more. You know how it is. You're gonna have a. Well, that far I got bumped. There's nothing on it though. Alright. It's hard to stop casting when you get into the groove of it, you know. I feel like something bumped that too. Right. Now, okay. Now we're gonna go across the water here. Nice catching. I just caught one bass. Need to move south. Me too. I love to get down to Florida and stay down there. If it gets too hot, I can always come back, see my family around here. Real strong. My rod. See what we got here. Almost 200 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Really appreciate everyone coming in today. Sally. I should be back on here tomorrow. I'm gonna try out a different lake. So, like I said, my motor ought to be back in action next week sometime. I'm hoping, depending on when it comes in the mail, I'm hoping to have it fixed Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Let's find a good spot to get out at. Sometimes a pain in the butt to drag my kayak out, but right over here would be a good spot. Always keep like some webbing or rope on my bow, that way I can just grab and hop out, and even if the kayak kicks away from me, I can always pull back in. Alright, land ho. I got my smile now, I'll be right back. That was a little deep. Stand by. Fall off. Alright, now we're out. Let's go. Alright guys, thanks for coming in today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes, all the well wishes, the new subs, all my old subs. Hope you guys had a nice time watching. Had a good time fishing, so I really appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good day and a good night. I'll be back on here tomorrow, so thanks again. See you in the next one.